welcome back to part 3 of my RC table track crawling course thing. So in this video, we are gonna be actually removing this whole rock bit and then adding something to the bottom of this because it's so small, like the cars don't actually like really dig in. So there's like 3 bags of rocks in this, and it's like not even where it should be. So we're gonna add some more, like we're gonna raise the floor level up to not use as many rocks, and then we're gonna build a second. We're gonna put more rocks down right here, and we're gonna also put it right here, but we need to get this thing painted first. So what we need to do is we need to support this down bridge a little bit more. So I think I'm gonna get some popsicle sticks and run them out to here and just build this up with some hot glue or something, and then just gotta cut this away because this is really not that heavy. So it doesn't need a lot of support, but it definitely does need some. So we're gonna have to cut away at that and then take this thing, put it on my bed, and then get it out my door and get it painted. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna go ahead and get that all sturdied up. So I have to think and figure out how I'm gonna do that. So I got a little bit of support going on here. I just stuck 2 doubled up popsicle sticks into the side, and then I just put a wooden block right there, and hopefully that should support the whole thing. Now I'm gonna go ahead, use my knife, and just cut away from the top. So I think I got it to get free. It's completely, completely free. I'm probably gonna just have to redo that plaster right there. But now we should be able to get this whole top section off. Boom, we got it off. So now, just gotta figure out how to get this through the door. I think if we lay it on the side, and I can like hopefully twist it through the door. I got a little bit sidetracked and I put these wheels on. So now it's able to just move around super easy. And I think that's a really good thing. So now we're actually gonna go out and we're gonna go and try and get it painted. Somehow we got this thing out here. It literally just barely made it through my door. Like we turned it, me and my dad turned it sideways, and it just barely fit through. And then like we had to go through the front door because the garage door is like super tight. So again, just barely fit, but we got through. So now we're gonna go ahead and spray it with some spray paint. Alright guys, that is the whole thing painted. Now we're gonna let it dry, and then I'll pull it back in, and I'll do some painting. I think I'm gonna do, just get some more detail. Hey guys, so now we have these paints. We're gonna go around and we're just gonna add some details around it and just really make this thing even more detailed. Okay guys, so it is all painted, sort of, kind of, not really. So the first paint that I used was this stuff, and it looks really blue. So then I tried using this stuff, and it still looks really blue. and I tried to paint over it because I don't have any more of the spray paint. So now that looks horrible. So I think I just need to go out to the store and buy some spray paint. Cause yeah, I just don't like the way that it looks at all. This paint just looks so blue. It's supposed to be looking more like rock, and it just doesn't at all. So I'm gonna have to repaint over all of it, which kind of sucks, but I just don't like how it looks at all. So yeah, so I got it all back into place, and I think well, my friend Levi suggested that I spin the whole top half 180 degrees. So now it's coming this way into the cave, whereas before it was going this way. And I think I actually do kind of like it, because it gives you a little bit of a better view looking at it from, you know, over here. And standing here, I feel like it just makes so much more sense just having it this way. So big shout out to him. You know, his YouTube's this, and it's linked down in the description. So definitely go check him out. So yeah, I think I'm gonna have it displayed this way. And the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and cut this out, and we're gonna try and shape this up a little bit. We got this all removed, and now I think I'm gonna go ahead and remove this rope bridge. And I already removed this part. I'm gonna clear out this whole section right here, and we're just gonna completely redo it. And yeah, we'll see what I do right here. Hey guys, so I've been doing a little bit of off work, camera work. So down here we got a little tree going on here, and we have a rock pit, and I promise that those are not like blue rocks. Those are not blue. I know the paint's blue, but the rocks are not blue. And then we have another tree down here, and then we got another tree up here. And then I also got everything removed right here. I'm gonna go ahead and remove this too in just a second. And then over here we have the nice little rock pit. So it is really coming together, looking nice in scale. Obviously, the top still needs some work done, but we're working on it. I'm getting there. So, yeah, that's where we are at. I think what I might do, I don't know if I want to do it yet, but maybe I'll have like a little bridge that comes across and then comes down here, and you can kind of drive through maybe like a rock pit, another big rock pit here or something. I don't know. But I think what I want to do first is I want to clean this whole thing up and just see what I'm working with and come up with some ideas. So I went ahead and cleared out a little bit more over here. I haven't cleaned up any of like the actual wood just yet, because I just don't know what I'm doing with the surface yet. So if I don't have to clean and sand all of this, I'm not going to. Me and Levi have been talking and just trying to figure out like what I should do for like this section now that it's all cleared out. And I still haven't like fully decided what I want to do yet, so I'm still thinking about how to do that. I'm probably gonna do some posts on like Instagram and all that stuff. But I did stop at Walmart on my way home from work, and I got some gray spray paint so that we can actually paint some like rocks, and then I got more of that paint so that we can cover up all of those ugly gray spots. And I just realized I should not have filled that up with rocks, because that whole thing needs to get repainted. Wonderful. So we're gonna go ahead and remove this rock pit, and then we're gonna take it out to the garage and paint. You guys, so we got this thing out here, and I have our paints. So I have this brown paint, and then I also have this gray paint. to paint the things gray because hand painting did not go well. And then I also just have a Ziploc bag to put over the trees so that I don't accidentally miss them. So I'm going to go ahead and get this painted, get it back inside, and then I'll give you guys a progress update. So, the spray top literally broke off when I took the lid off. So now we're just going to go ahead and just paint over everything. And then I'll probably get that sorted out and then go over it again. But right now I'm just going to spray this again just so that there's a second coat and I can get some like shading going. Alright guys, so we have it back inside and it's already kind of pretty dry and you can already see like the shading effect as you go around, and I am definitely a big fan of this. I think this looks freaking awesome, especially when we get the rock pit back in there and the small little one, and you know, just finishing out like all of the small little details that I'm planning of like adding in and whatnot, and you know, obviously finishing up the top section and getting this whole area figured out. I want to get some like actual obstacles in here, which would be really, really cool. So I want to work on that, maybe spend some time, you know, drawing it up or something. And still got to get like all of that painted, and still have to figure out a way to get this connected to the top and still be able to remove the top and be able to keep this a separate section so I can get it through my door. Because I've already moved it twice, and I'm going to have to move it 3 times for sure that I know of. And it could be more, it could be not, but if I ever want to take this anywhere, I'm going to need to get it out my door. So I think it's definitely beneficial to have this be 2 separate parts, or that it can be 2 separate parts. I think that's really important. Guys, so I've been running some lines with my pt.4, and you know, I've got the top half on, and you know, right now with just like the way that I have it is like it's just pushed back, and like the middle, the transfer ramp isn't connected, but I have it flush up against the posts, and I'm actually like really enjoying being able to have, you know, a few inches down here that isn't getting covered, because when this is actually lined up, it shifts probably a solid 4 inches, and it actually comes out too much, and it's like cutting off like right here. So I think what I want to do is I'm going to go ahead and actually I'm going to cut away even more, and then I'm just going to fill this back in somehow, some way. I'll figure something out. So I had this completely cleared out and all cut up. Okay guys, so update. We have all of the spray foam sprayed, and we now have, I don't think you guys can really see it, but I do have a screw in here, so the table is in place and it's not going anywhere. And I have some popsicle sticks going around. I have hot glue traced all throughout here and up against here, because I have some of this sand that we're gonna put in right here, and we're gonna have a awesome sand pit. I need to first make sure that everything is filled with hot glue, and then I need to put plaster over just this section right here, and then I can go ahead and hot glue around this edge again, and then I can fill it with sand. So I'm gonna go ahead and time lapse. So I have all of the plaster sheets on, and that is actually all that I have left. And Hobby Lobby did not have any more. I took all that was left. So I don't know when there's gonna be more in stock. But this is what we have, and next I'm gonna give this a few minutes to dry, and then I'll probably go ahead and dump the sand in. Hey guys, so I got everything all finished up, all glued. Now we're gonna go ahead and cut open the sand and fill this up. Alright, that is 1 bag of sand. Jeez, that scared me. This was only 1 bag of sand, and I bought 2 because I thought I would need to, but I guess maybe not. I'm just gonna go ahead and try and spread it out semi-evenly. The sand is down, and I would say it's probably about a solid inch deep. I would say it's about an inch deep. So we're gonna see how the FCX-24 does. Oh, that is so cool. Oh, that is awesome. Guys, that is so cool. Well, that's a little bit of crawling action for you guys with the new sand pit. So now the next thing that I have to do is I'm gonna go ahead and paint it this color, and we're gonna paint all through here, just around this section. And then this video is kind of getting a little long, so I'm gonna probably have a part 4 episode posted sometime after this with the next part of like the whole bridge section going all the way across. But guys, I have been working really hard on this and editing, and I'm like an entire week behind at this point, and I have videos to post. I just gotta get these ones up first, just to keep it in order, because otherwise you guys are gonna get spoilers, and I don't really want to do that. So yeah, stay tuned for episode 4. If you guys are enjoying this series, please drop a like, comment, and please subscribe. That is going to be it for this video.